Ever heard a story that just makes you smile? Well, settle in, because this one is about a very special cat in a very special village. Deep in the heart of the countryside, nestled among rolling green hills and babbling brooks, was a tiny village. And in this village lived a cat named Whiskers. Now, Whiskers wasn't just any cat. He had fur as soft as a cloud, eyes the color of emeralds, and a twitch in his tail that showed he was always ready for an adventure. One bright, sunny morning, Whiskers decided to explore a part of the village he'd never seen before. He trotted past the old stone bridge, tiptoed through a field of wildflowers, and finally found himself at the edge of a quiet, shimmering pond. The water was so clear, you could see the smooth pebbles at the bottom. Dragonflies with wings like stained glass danced above the surface, and the air was filled with the gentle hum of bees. Whiskers, being a cat of great curiosity, peered into the water, hoping to spot a tasty snack, and that's when he saw it. It wasn't an ordinary fish. This one shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow, its scales sparkling like 1,000 tiny jewels under the water. It swam with a grace that seemed almost magical. Whiskers had never seen anything like it. He dipped a paw into the cool water, trying to get a closer look. To his absolute astonishment, the fish swam right up to his paw and spoke. "Greetings, curious cat," it said, its voice like the tinkling of tiny bells. "I am a magic fish. If you let me go free, I will grant you 3 wishes." Whiskers pulled his paw back, startled but intrigued. 3 wishes. He'd read about such things in the storybooks the village children left on their windowsills. His mind started racing. What would a cat wish for? He thought about all the things that made a cat's life perfect. First and foremost, his tummy rumbled. He knew his first wish instantly. "For my first wish," he declared, "I wish for an endless supply of the most delicious fish, so I shall never be hungry again." The magic fish swirled in the water, its colors glowing brightly. "A fine wish," it said. "It is granted." And just like that, a beautiful, glistening fish appeared on the bank right next to Whiskers. It was the plumpest, most delicious-looking fish he had ever seen. As soon as he finished it, another one appeared in its place. Whiskers purred with delight. This was amazing. Now for his second wish. After a good meal, what does every cat want? A good nap, of course. Whiskers thought about the lumpy old blanket he usually slept on. "For my second wish," he announced, "I wish for the coziest bed in the entire world. A bed so soft and warm that I can have the best dreams." The magic fish shimmered once more. "An excellent choice," it replied. "Your wish is granted." Suddenly, under the shade of a large oak tree nearby, a magnificent cat bed materialized. It was shaped like a fluffy cloud made from the softest wool, and had a plush pillow that looked incredibly inviting. Whiskers patted over and curled up in it. It was even better than he had imagined. It was like being hugged by a warm, gentle sunbeam. He lay there, purring contentedly, his tummy full and his body comfortable. He had one wish left. What else could he possibly need? He thought about chasing mice and playing with yarn. He thought about climbing trees and watching birds. He had food and comfort. What was missing? Then he thought about his human friends in the village. He loved it when they knew he was nearby and would come to pet him. "For my final wish," Whiskers said, his voice soft, "I wish for a small bell to wear, one that rings with a gentle, soft chime, so my friends will always know when I'm near." The magic fish smiled, its tiny mouth curving upwards. "That is the kindest wish of all," it said. "It is granted." A beautiful little collar with a tiny silver bell appeared around Whiskers' neck. When he moved, it didn't jingle loudly, but made a soft, sweet, tinkling sound like distant wind chimes. With all 3 wishes granted, the magic fish gave Whiskers a little nod. "Thank you for my freedom, kind cat. Enjoy your gifts." And with a final brilliant flash of color, it dove deep into the pond and disappeared. Whiskers was left alone by the water's edge. But he wasn't lonely. He had a full belly, the coziest bed imaginable, and a gentle bell that announced his presence to all his friends. He curled up in his new bed, the sun warming his fur, and listened to the soft ringing of his bell as his tail twitched happily. He was the most content cat in the whole wide world, all thanks to a sunny day, a bit of curiosity, and a magical fish. I hope you enjoyed Whisker's story as much as I did. It just goes to show that sometimes the simplest wishes are the ones that bring the most happiness. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more heartwarming tailies. See you next time.